Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Opening play, and Dak's gonna throw. He's taking a shot on his first play. That's complete inside the 35. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Josh Sweat making the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Dak now from the gun. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Prescott now on 3rd down. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Buys time, rolling right. He's keeping it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Now they send their back in motion right. From the pistol, Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And he gets this forward to the 19.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 19. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Option. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First down, ball at the 36. Throwing now, following the turnover. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun is Prescott. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this... And he will score! It's a Dallas touchdown! The Cowboys capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys go up 10-zip here in the 1st. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That's completed right side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, Hurts. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's caught at the 25. Give him 32 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Running back sent in motion. 1st down throwing for Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts trying again on second down. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Hurts throwing again. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're going to run with Barkley. Runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles face a 4-point deficit. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Prescott here from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they'll run. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's caught, Ferguson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. This is complete, Jalen Tolbert. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys stretch their early lead to 9. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. First and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense headed out there. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. N'Kobe Dean in on the tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Oh, what a stiff arm. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Dak now from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to the link right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. It's an option left. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Getting out to his left. And he will score! It's a Dallas touchdown! The Cowboys make it a 16-point ball game. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. And look at this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 46. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's another carry for Barkley. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and 10, here's Hurts. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. but you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They send a man in motion. Second down. Hurts throwing again. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Cowboys and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. He throws a bullet deep to the... They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 16-point ball game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They got the job done their last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Option play, they give it to Barkley. Crosses midfield, still going. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They'll head up, 1st and 10 from the 42. They go to Barkley again. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. Able to find Dotson here. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Motion man right is Smith. And they bring him to a stop with this run, gets him into the red zone, down to the 15. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. That's Smith on the slant. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. This throw is caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts throwing again. He's got it! And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Now Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Returning it from the 4. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is ahead for about 5. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Play action, Prescott. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. 3rd time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Prescott here from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff headed right. Barkley breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First down throwing for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one finds Goddard. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
2nd and 3 now. They'll motion a tight end left. Short side option here. He's running left. Has room inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That pass caught by Dotson. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles with 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson's got it, complete. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Cooper to Jean with the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Dak now from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Dak to the air here. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Pulled in at the 20. Broke through the tackle. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. And he got this close to midfield before going out. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Running back sent in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. From the pistol, Hurts. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. We have reached halftime. Already a full game's worth of excitement in just 2 quarters. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 39. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
On 1st down, Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts now from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They put a receiver in motion right. Hurts to throw. He's on the move. Now he takes it. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They're running the option, short side. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Hurts setting up to throw. Buys time, rolling, and he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Second and 3 now. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. They pick up a yard. Still need 1 more, though. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That heater's going to fall to the turf.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Caught deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cowboys scoop it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
This offense making its way back out now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. This throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's a handoff. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Prescott here from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Second and 3 now. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's taken down after a short rush at about the 36. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Hurts. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
First down throwing for Hurts. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. He's on the move. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now lead by 10. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, it looked like it took the full defense a while to recognize that he was actually running with it. I think it limited their ability to stop what turned into a pretty impressive touchdown.
I think you're exactly right on this one, Kate. Not too many scrambles go this far for a touchdown, and you got to give some credit to the guys around him. None of those receivers, tight ends, well, they just sold it. They didn't look back at him. Had they? I think the defense is able to react and stop that touchdown. Instead, that's 6 big points on the board.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here comes their offense out again. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. That's going to be caught by Cooks. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Darius Slay with the stop.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Now a give running right. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Dak now from the gun. Ferguson's got it, complete. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. Third down coming up. Now Dak to throw. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, Prescott. This finds Cooks, complete. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. Brought in right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard on the gain there, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
3rd and goal, Prescott. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. Trying for it on the ground. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in. The lead, only a field goal now. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, ball at the 36. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Second down now, 7 to go. From the pistol, Hurts. It is cut left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. That pass caught by Dotson. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hurts throwing again. This one finds Goddard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense ready to get going again now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 38. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Prescott will look to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Prescott here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Throwing again is Dak. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Prescott now on third down. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Finally, some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a first down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league. And you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So second down coming up.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That one's complete, right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within one score here in the fourth.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
First down throwing for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On first down, Hurts. He's got a man left. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Options are open here. It's second and inches. Takes off right out of the read option. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They're going to run with Barkley. Juke the defender. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll try again with Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First down, here's Dak. Finds him over the middle. Continuing to move past the 45. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Well, that's a gain that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Throwing on first is Prescott. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
First and 10, Prescott. He's on the move. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a toss running left. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Cut near the goal line. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Dak now from the gun. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Offense in the hurry up here. Desperation time here on 4th. He stays up. 4 step. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tight end gets it running forward. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles feeling good with a 14-point advantage. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go to Barkley again. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
So now here's 3rd and 5. They run it with Saquon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. And he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.